Happy vlogmas day 9. So, if you guys remember, if you watched the video I made last night, I said that I was going to talk to you guys today about Emily's birth story. Okay, so 17 years ago, I had Miss Emily today. Okay. She was supposed to be born December 1st. December 1st came and she wasn't ready to come out. So, Dr. Madian decided to schedule me to get induced, labor induced, December 9th. And I went in at 7:30 that morning. And I believe 7:30 or 8 o'clock is when they started it, inducing labor. I wasn't really feeling much, really, a little pain here and there, but not like too bad. Let's see. You guys have to remember, this was 17 years ago. So, it's a lot to remember. Hold on one second. Okay, we're back. I need to take off my jacket, so it was too warm with it. Anyway, okay, so went in around 7:30. 7:30. I got induced, like I said. Wasn't really feeling too much. Morning went on. I could eat popsicles and stuff, and chew on ice and drink water. That was pretty much all I could eat or drink that day. Because I was induced, and you're not really supposed to eat a meal or anything like that with substance to it when you're about to, give birth. Because, let's just say, it's embarrassing. You can't really be a modest person when you're going through labor. Let's just say. So, 17 years ago was my first, obviously, time giving birth and having a child in the first place. And so we were there, and I'm losing my train of thought. I'm trying to think of everything that happened that day, in order. Is difficult because it was 17 years ago. A lot of things have happened since then. But the embarrassing thing is when you push out a human, you tend to either pee or poop. It happens. You can't help it because all of your muscles are down that way anyway, and you're pushing really hard. Thing is, when you push, you are pushing harder than you ever pushed before. It's different than going to the bathroom. It's the same kind of pushing, but more intense. More... Anyway, so I was doing pretty good. And then sometime around 1:30, a lady came in. This is what I was going to say. At the time that I went in for delivery, there was a lot of teaching nurses, like learning nurses, in my room. And at that time, before, they broke my water and everything, I was very, what's the word? Not a prude, not conservative, but more, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Let's just say I didn't like being seen like that. I don't like to be seen naked or anything like that, especially people I don't know, that I've never met, that aren't my doctor, and they're new. They were students. They were students, basically. And by 1:30, when they broke my water, oh my God, everything that was happening before then, I wasn't really feeling. But when 1:30, I don't remember the exact time because Kelly was born on a different day, obviously 3 years later. And it was quick with her. There's a lot on my brain right now. I'm trying to keep the story, the way it's supposed to be for Emily. I got my tubes tied with Kelly 1 or 1:30. I can't remember with that one either. That's why I keep thinking, is it 1 or 1:30? I believe it was 1:30. They came in, and like I said, before this, they had induced my labor, obviously, at 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish. And, I wasn't really feeling much, at this point. I feel like maybe a little bit here and there, but it wasn't like super painful. It was more like a annoyance a little bit, but that was pretty much it. So, 1:30 came around, and they broke my water. This I remember like it was yesterday. Once they broke my water, which the water was way warmer than I expected it to be. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was way warmer than I expected, and it felt like you were gonna pee yourself. That's how warm it felt. And then all of a sudden, everything that was happening to my body that I wasn't feeling, boom! Holy fuck! Oh my god! I cannot explain that type of pain. It was awful. Oh my god, it was so bad. It was so horrible. Mind you, I'd never been in this kind of pain before. Ever. Other than breaking an arm. That's a totally different kind of thing. And I thought my periods were bad, when I was younger. And now, nothing compared to that kind of pain. Oh my freaking god. I was in so much pain, I was shaking. And they gave me this thing that was supposed to take the edge off. It worked for like maybe 10-15 minutes. It was supposed to last an hour. Well, that didn't happen. And my mom said, and my sister was there too, and they were like, when they gave me the drug that was supposed to take the edge off, mind you, I'd never been drunk or anything like that back then. And my mom and sister go, "You look like you're drunk." And I was kind of acting a little loopy. So that happened. I was in so much pain. Oh my goodness. Whoo! Thankfully, I don't have to ever go through that again. Love my girls, don't get me wrong, but I never wanted to do that in the first place. Because I never wanted to be in that kind of pain. Period. So, anyway, I don't remember exactly what time it was when they finally came in to do the epidural. My mom had to hold me, and I was in so much pain, I was shaking, and I wanted to cry. I believe I was whining, but it was so painful. And like I said, I was fine. I was fine until they broke my water. And then when they broke my water, that was it, Oh my god. I cannot express or explain that kind of pain. It's true. You literally have to go through it to understand it. The closest that a guy can get to, other than getting kicked in the nuts, that is close to this, is having kidney stones. From what I saw with my ex-Porter, oh my god, it looked like he was in labor. Like, yeah, dealing with that. So, yeah. Anyway, so, like I said, 1:30, they broke my water, felt all the pain. Got the medicine that took the edge off, if you could call it that. It worked for like 10-15 minutes for me. Or at least that's how it felt. So later, I finally get the epidural. Like I said, shaking like crazy. In so much pain. Never thought my body could go through that much pain and survive. But it did. Obviously, I'm still here. I had to. So, yeah. Alright, I don't exactly remember what time that was. Maybe 6? Maybe 7? I'm not quite sure. The whole day is kind of like a... But I do remember what happened that day, obviously. Okay, so, I got the epidural. Oh my god! Talk about a miracle drug for pain. So, I got the epidural. I was able to rest for a little bit. And they were like, here's what will happen. You will feel like you have to make a bowel movement. Like, pass it kind of thing. Let us know, and we'll come check. I don't know why, but I'm normally a drama queen I like attention, blah, blah, blah. But that day, I was a completely different person. Like, this is me anyway. I don't like to bother people. I don't like to bother people when they're doing something that's important, and I don't feel like I'm not important. But as the hours went on, I started to feel that pressure thing they were talking about, and I'm like, I think I'm feeling what they said I'm supposed to feel, but I'm not sure. I don't want to bother them if they're busy with other people. Mom's like, push the damn button, or something like that. So I pushed it, and I was like, I think I'm feeling what you're supposed to feel, but I'm not sure. So they go to, check, and they're like, yep, baby's head is right there, and I will never forget this. Don't push, is what they said. We're waiting for the doctor. In my brain, I'm like, why are we waiting? Let's get her out. Why are we waiting? Anyway, so Dr. Madian finally comes, and we get all that. And Mom's supposed to count, I believe, 20 seconds. Like, 1, 2, 3. It's just counting. And one of these, pushes, I was like, count faster! And Dr. Madian goes, no, we're good. So Mom went at the same speed, and I'm like, I just want this to be over. I just want her out, and, everything. Goes on. 10:35, I think. Don't quote me. I believe that's when she was born. I was born at 10:23 p.m. She was born at 10:35 p.m., I believe. Or 32. I can't remember that exact part. I just know it's 10 something. It's after 10:30. It's 10 something p.m. So, I had my baby. The epidural hadn't quite worn off. Hold on, before we get to that part. It was so funny. Because when they had the epidural and everything, they did it. Once it started kicking in, I was like, this is awesome. I can't feel anything. I love it. And they're like, well, it's not supposed to be like that. I'm like, no, I love it. Leave it. They're like, we can't do that. So, which is good, I guess, because there's a point for telling you that part. Okay, so, had her, pushed her out. She was great. She was healthy, beautiful. Oh my God, she was the cutest baby I'd ever seen in my entire life. I might have been a little biased, but oh my God, she was the cutest baby ever. And she had the cutest little tush. Anyway, she had this weird hair when she first came out, like her birth dad's hair. So we were afraid her hair was going to be like that, but she's got my hair. Wavy, frizzy, poor girl, she can't help it. But anyway, I had her, 10:30 something. They tried to get me up to go to the bathroom to get cleaned off and everything like that. Apparently, no, it was funny. I got out of bed and I went, the epidural hadn't worn off yet. So I went right to the floor. Okay, so they picked me up and I don't remember if I went in a wheelchair or what. Anyway, they got me in the bathroom. And apparently I fainted. And I had no clue. And they're talking to me. They're like, talk to us about your new baby. I'm like, what do you want me to talk to you about? Because I was so confused. I didn't know I had left. So, what sucked was I was a new mom. And had never done this before. Had never taken care of babies before. So there was a little red flag. Thankfully, my mom was with me. So I was able to leave with Emily. Thanks to my mom. But because of what had happened, I wasn't able to, change Emily's diaper or do any of that kind of stuff because I wasn't allowed to stand. So, she ripped me, by the way, down there. Both my girls were vaginal births. They were natural that way. Kelly, I will tell you that story in March. But, yeah, that girl is still the same. She does what she wants to do. Let's put it that way. Emily is different. She's more of a people pleaser, which I don't like, but she has a really good heart. She's a really good person. She's a real sweetheart. She's not the nicest to her sister, but sisters are like that, But anywho, so I had her. My mom gave her first bath while I was getting my bath. So, and it's so funny because if you look at the pictures from when Emily was born, today, 17 years ago, and you look at the pictures from when Kelly was born, 3 years later, she's wearing the same thing. I am not. Not even the hospital gown looked the same. So that is the story of Miss Emily coming to be in this world. She was supposed to be born December 1st. She didn't want to come out yet. Her favorite season is Christmas. I did not do this on purpose. I swear to God. I swear. I did not do this on purpose. But Emily was born around Christmas time, obviously, December 9th. She loves Christmas lights. She did when she was a baby. That's what calmed her down. And her initials spell elf. Emily Louise Fricky. I didn't even do that on purpose. How cool is that? I named her after a cat. And she has the middle name of my favorite person in the entire world, my Grandma Helen. Grandma Helen was Helen Louise Crowell. You know, before she got married to Grandpa Doug, who was Douglas something Fricky. I don't remember what his middle name was. I'm going to ask my mom that later today. And I'll let you know. But, my grandmother was my favorite person in the entire world. So that she lives on. She was alive, mind you, at this time, obviously. I gave Emily her middle name. I was just doing it because I wanted Grandma to live on. I didn't even put two and two together. But Emily loves that her, initials spell elf. And I love that for her. Because her favorite holiday, I believe, is Christmas. And I believe her next one is Halloween. I will know more about that later. We don't really talk a lot about that kind of stuff. We're usually just doing other stuff. So I will get all these answers and let you all know. I need to re-braid this before dinner tonight because you can see it is coming apart. It's been braided for a while, so I didn't braid it yesterday when I put it on. It was already braided. So that is Miss Emily's story. She is 17 years old today. She made her way into the world in 2004. It's kind of funny because I was 20 years old when she was born. I was 19 when I got pregnant with her, and 20 when she was born. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog for Vlogmas Day 9. The second one will come later, probably after I go to dinner with my daughter. I'm going to try to get a picture or two, and then I might post it. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask my mom if that's okay. Anyway, so that's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you in the next video later today doing actual Vlogmas stuff. Decorating. Love you guys. Bye.